It is 6:34, and October is a really popular month for pumpkins. They're part of our fall decorations and, of course, Halloween. Well, this morning we have some tasty tips for those pumpkins. Yes, you can eat them too. Debbie Fuchs is from Earth Fair, and she's here with us this morning. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, first, if you're talking about cooking a pumpkin, what kind of pumpkin do you want to pick out?
Well, you want to save the big pumpkins like these for all your carving.
Okay.
So they're for fun.
Okay.
Pumpkins for cooking are these small pumpkins here, and I've actually cut open a pumpkin for you. This is what it'll look like when you first open it up. You'll see all the flesh and all the seeds. You want to scoop all of that out, but you want to save the seeds because the seeds are a great snack. So you put them aside, and this is what the hollowed out pumpkin looks like. You put it in the oven in a shallow baking pan. Bake it for about an hour. You can brush it with olive oil, all kinds of spices,
do you
whatever
need to cover it or put any water in there with it?
Don't even need to cover it. You can put a little bit of water if you want to.
Okay.
But that's when, and that's how you get your finished pumpkin puree to put in any kind of recipe.
Okay, so is it going to be a little tender?
It'll be a little tender. It'll be a little tender. You can let it cool for a few minutes and just scoop it out.
Okay, scoop it out. Then what do you do with it?
And then you can use it to make muffins. You can use it to make pies. Or today we've made a pumpkin bisque.
Okay, what's in that?
All kinds of good things. You're going to start with chicken broth. You're going to start with some unsweetened coconut milk, and the coconut milk is what's going to give it that really richness to it. If you don't want to do the coconut milk, you could substitute things like soy milk, but I really like the coconut milk.
Or cream.
Yeah, or cream, or just get the cream. And then you're going to take a nice selection of spices, more exotic spices. This one called garam masala, and that sounds exotic, but it's very easy to find. It's a blend of cinnamon, mace, and ginger, and it's used in a lot of Indian cooking.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll use such things as ginger, cumin, mustard seed, cardamom, cayenne, salt and pepper to taste, and garlic, and you're going to put all of that into a blender and a stock pot. First a blender, then the stock pot, and then you can take a nice hollowed out pumpkin and make a beautiful soup bowl.
Another pumpkin. And in fact, you could use one of the big pumpkins for a lot of the soup. I mean, like a tureen, a soup tureen.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Now, you mentioned that you can also cook the gourds?
You can also cook the gourds. The gourds you cook the same way. You'd cut off the tops. You'd cut them in half. Make sure you have a really good kitchen knife.
Okay.
And put those in the oven. Cook them for about an hour. Brush them with olive oil. And then you just would scoop out the flesh, and you can use it in breads and pies and in soups.
Would the flavor be similar to a pumpkin?
The flavor is going to be a little bit different. They're all part of the same family. They're all part of the gourd family. And pumpkin is a truly new world food. It's completely indigenous to the Western Hemisphere.
Oh, really?
And they didn't discover it until about the 1500s, and then that's when they took it back to Europe. So this is a good old-fashioned American food.
Oh, great. Okay, and one other thing. So the seeds, you take them out, but you don't eat them just like this.
No, you would want to roast them. You can put them on a cookie sheet, again with some oil and some salt, and put them in the oven for about 30 minutes, and they're a great snack. Pumpkins and pumpkin seeds are full of beta-carotene. They're full of potassium and iron, so they're a great low-fat, low-calorie snack.
And you can top them on your soup.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.